Okay, this is my WordPress, CMS project creation tutorial, part 1. And let me start here. I have already downloaded the WordPress file that you get from the WordPress website, the wordpress.org website, and I have uploaded it now to USB web server. And I already downloaded also a USB web server, and another one of them. You need to go to the USB web server site for that, and you can just download both of them, and you want to put them in both the same folder. So there's the WordPress that I downloaded, and I'm going to copy it into my USB web server file, just into the root, and you can just paste it right here. Okay, now that that's done, just go ahead and open up the USB web server application and choose your language. I'll go with English. Just have to leave the Apache and MySQL to turn on, and just allow access to these. Just click on the allow access, and that'll be fine. Yeah, and Black Knight is where we're hosting all of this. And yeah, there we clicked on the local host link, and that will bring us here. And what I'm going to do is you want to put /WordPress /WordPress, and that will take us here where the WordPress installation. And this happens because we have the WordPress folder saved into the root folder, and these will be the information that we'll have to put in eventually. And we don't do any of this yet. First of all, we need to go into PHP my admin file, and we will work from there first. And now to get into this, at the bottom you can see the username is root and the password is usbw. I've just put both of them in there, just down at the bottom of the default. Yeah. And now this is the PHP my admin. This is what will link us to WordPress for our users. Let me just add a new user here. And I'm just going to use the username WordPress. And localhost will be our host. It has to have no spaces. That will pretty much always be localhost. And for password, I'm going to use December, but you can use what you like. Let me type that. And then down on the database for user section, make sure that you click grant all privileges, or sorry, create database with the same name and grant all privileges. Yeah. Now we've added the user, and we take all that information we just typed up and we put that into the WordPress site now. And our database name is WordPress already, and our username was WordPress, and the password was December. Database is localhost, leave that, and the table prefix you can leave that as it is, and then we'll submit. And now we can run the install WordPress. And so now we just give the information for what our site wants to be. You can just say, well, for me, I'll do Jack.NET Portfolio 2. And I'll leave my username as Jack. I'll leave that. And for the password, I'll just put December back in. You can confirm the use of weak password if you want. and I'll just put in a sample email here. And there we go. Now we just log in with what we made there. The username was Jack, and then the password was December. We just log in. And there we go. That's the WordPress site that we're going to work on. And if you want to get everything online, what you need to do is, well, I downloaded FileZilla, and I took all of the WordPress files that I downloaded already, and you just have to go to the site that's online right now. You can see over here the remote site, and you need to go into the WordPress file and the htdocs file. You can see there's two. The real one is the WordPress with numbers beside it, but I made a fake one for the purposes of this video, just to show you what you need to do. I already have all my files in my htdocs folder, and that's what needs it to be online now. So I'm just selecting all of these, and I'm going to drag them into the htdocs underneath WordPress. Yep. Now that'll be transferring over. That'll take a while. This is on the FileZilla. You need to I had to download this. There's probably another application, but you should probably use FileZilla as well, just for that. And now for Black Knight, this is what you want to use if you want to have it online. You need a hosting database or a domain for it, and you can just add a new database, and you can call it however you want. You need to make sure it's a MySQL one. And Black Knight takes a while for it to work properly. Here are all the databases I have now, and so I'm just adding a new one. And you can just say whatever name you want. Seeing as I made mine called WordPress, as it said it back when I was creating WordPress, I'll call it WordPress. And the database username was WordPress, and my password was December. I'll confirm that. And I'll just change that. I forgot the data limit size v20. Database name, I'll change it to oh yeah, the password needs to be stronger here. You can't confirm a weak password here. So we'll change that to December 5, and the D at the start of December will be a capital D instead. You need to adhere to their guidelines better. And there you go, that's our new database. That's what the WordPress, how our WordPress will be online. It'll be available for everyone to see when it's finished. And I don't need to make it because I already have one. And then you'd need to go into the application vault that's up in the top there, and you'd need to get the WordPress application. I already have it installed, so I can't install it again, but you can see the install link there, and when you click on that, there's an option to install the WordPress application so that it knows to link up to a WordPress website from your database. And these are your FTP users. These are what are connected to your FileZilla. This is important enough. You need to make sure that that's the right user. And when you go into your websites here, there's a website I've already created. It's online. And you go into web application. Similar to applications vault, you can download the WordPress one, and now when you download it, you can install it like I have already, and that's how it works all together. Okay, thank you, and we'll continue in part 2.